Bogle, Aronson, Bogle skips into the box, good challenge by Casemiro, and Ugarte will come away with it there. And was he clattered to the ground by Aronson? He was, midway inside his own half. United, for tonight, hadn't played in 24 days, and that was a very rusty first half, and that was a very rusty and risky challenge from Lenny Yoro. First contact starts outside the box, if anything, but nice. Sesko's gone the other end. Benjamin Sesko's in 1-on-1, was saved by Darlow, and off the line by Justin, headed over the top. Benjamin Sesko getting in behind. Carl Darlow doing enough, getting enough on it to loop it up in the air, and James Justin was there first. It was Luke Shaw who got it down the wing. It was actually Justin who was caught out. Sesko getting in behind there, 1-on-1 with Darlow. He got enough on it, loops it up in the air, and Justin heads it behind for a corner. Fernandez, right for the right swinger, arrows in, that's a really poor one. Okafor heads away at the front post. Martinez back in there, bobbling around in the middle. Shot in the turn from Ugarte, Yoro's still in there. And then the end, it's going to be the Leeds captain, Ethan Ampadu, who comes away with it. Now Aronson nutmegs Cunha. Now it's Leeds on the counter with Bogle. Bogle was fouled there by Shaw. That's surely going to be a yellow card. Indeed it is for Luke Shaw. Leeds were really breaking there. And Shaw knew exactly what he was doing and bringing Bogle to the turf there. But big first chance in this second half goes the way of Manchester United, and Benjamin Sesko through 1-on-1, but Darlow doing enough, and his defenders finishing the job for him as Luke Shaw joins Matheus Cunha in Paul Tierney's notebook. Cunha booked in the first half for a dive. James Justin for Leeds booked, delivers it into the box. A good header by Yoro. Diallo gets to it before Goodmanson, and now Bogle will beat Cunha to it. Thinks about going back to Darlow, but Cunha cuts off that option. So now Bogle goes down the left for Aronson, just a bit too much on it, and that will run out for a goal kick. 5 minutes gone here in the second half. Still Manchester United 0, Leeds United 2. But a big early chance in the second half for Benjamin Sesko, denied by a combination of Carl Darlow and James Justin. I mentioned the subs for both sides on the bench tonight for Manchester United. It's Alte Bayindir, the goalkeeper, and then outfield wise of Diogo Dalot, Mason Mount, Joshua Zirkzee, Tyrell Malacia, Brian Mbeumo, Aidan Heaven, Tyler Fletcher, and Shea Lacey. Shea Lacey, who last appearance of the first team was in that FA Cup defeat to Brighton before Michael Carrick arrived, where he was sent off late in that one for 2 yellow cards, having only come on as a late second half substitution. Here's Yoro, get the Leeds bench in a moment. Diallo back into the centre circle for Martinez. Shaw cuts in his left foot. Fernandez. Shaw. Bogle is there, takes him to the byline. Fernandez. Shaw. Martinez again. He has lost the undershirt he was wearing in the first half, as has Gabriel Goodmanson for Leeds. Fernandez and Cunha have kept theirs, and they combine now. Left corner of the penalty has Shaw to his left. Cunha tries to get a cross in. It's blocked, comes back to Fernandez. Now Shaw, left corner of the penalty area. Cunha turns, but Fernandez takes it off him. An awkward one. Tanaka gets in the way, but Aronson can only swipe it away in the touch. Throw in the left hand side, 25 yards out for United. Shaw. That's a nod back from Cunha. Back to Shaw again. Yoro. Now Martinez, midway inside the Leeds half on the left. United pressing forward. Shaw, good block by Aronson. He's going out for a throw in roughly in the corner. And that's caught by Darlow. It's a throw in to Leeds now on their right hand side, just inside their own half, in front of Michael Carrick. James Justin to take. Now Shaw. Back to Martinez. He goes back to Lamans, who's in grey and yellow this evening. Carl Darlow at the other end in light blue. And Martinez just over halfway. Shaw. Martinez. Whipped in there from Casemiro, far too deep. And that's going to drift out for a goal kick. Darlow booms that one long. Draws for Euro midway inside his own half. Now Shaw. Martinez. Ugarte. A good ball behind lines from Masraoui, looking for Fernandez, but a good interception by Pascal Struijk. No, Ugarte. In the centre circle, and had a stoppage here. I think Paul Tierney has somebody in his ear here. I'm not quite sure what. He's going to look at VAR here. And, oh, well. There's a case that Lisandro Martinez and Dominic Calvert-Lewin were challenging there, and I think Martinez ended up with a chunk of Calvert-Lewin's hair. There's also a bit of a high boot as well from Martinez. Calvert-Lewin has his hair tied up in a bun, and Martinez has managed to pull it out of the bun. Now, I wouldn't say it's necessarily an aggressive yank at the hair, but Paul Tierney has seen enough. We will see what his decision is now. Reach it. It's a red card. It's a red card for Lisandro Martinez, who looks utterly dumbfounded by that decision. As does Michael Carrick. And 10 minutes into the second half, from out of absolutely nowhere, Manchester United are down to 10 men. Lisandro Martinez has been sent off. I can only assume his boot is quite high, but the boot doesn't come near Calvert-Lewin's head. And like I said, Calvert-Lewin has his hair tied up in the bun. And Martinez has pulled the hair out of the bun, that is for sure. I don't know how much he's meant that. Well, that is not one you see every day. Lisandro Martinez is walking down the tunnel along with Joshua Zirkzee and Diogo Dalot, two of the subs for Manchester United. And well, 56 minutes now on the clock. There's 55 at the time of the red card. And Manchester United are down to 10 men. It's I believe, a violent conduct red card. Well, that will be, I would imagine that will be one that will be debated going forward, but the bottom line here is, as we hit the 57-minute mark, Ao Tanaka has a free kick on halfway, and Manchester United are 2 goals down, and now a man down, and now it could get worse. Justin into the back post, and Okafor nearly got in the end of it, just needed too much on that from James Justin. Goodmanson beats Mazraoui to it, but he might have overran that one, Goodmanson. It's gone behind. Who's it come off? Yeah, it's come off, well, one of Fernandez or Mazraoui, and that's a corner kick. And Fernandez is not happy with that decision from Paul Tierney, who certainly has not become Mr. Popular Old Trafford. He looked like he was nearly motioning to go for a yellow card for Bruno Fernandes there, to book him for that, but for his protests, that is. But it's a corner to Leeds United, and they could really turn the screw here. Look at Johnny Evans, who has been yellow carded on the bench for Manchester United. No, he's not playing on the bench. He's a coaching role, of course, now here at Old Trafford, but still picking up a booking. Tanaka now, right-footed in-swing corner. Calvert-Lewin wins the header at the back post, but can't divert it on to goal, and it's his challenge with Lisandro Martinez that has seen Manchester United go down to 10 men here. A yank on the hair of Calvert-Lewin from Martinez. Enough for a red card. Well, whenever you see that one for yourself, you can judge for yourself perhaps how much intent there was behind it from Martinez. I'm absolutely no doubt how much that would have hurt Calvert-Lewin, but I'm just not convinced how much he meant of it. But I'm not the referee. I'm not the man who's trained in this. So Martinez is off, and as they approach the hour mark, it's Manchester United 0, Leeds United 2, and Manchester United are down to 10 men. That could really put a big spanner in the works of any comeback hopes here in this second half for Michael Carrick's men. Here's strike on the edge of his own penalty area. Goodmanson to Tanaka. It's he who was denied by Martinez right at the end of the first half with a last-ditch goal line challenge after Tanaka seized on a loose pass and rounded Lamens, but couldn't finish. Now Aronson has robbed Ugarte. Good sliding tackle from the Uruguayan, and Fernandez looks to send Diallo free, but Goodmanson has the back to Tanaka. He hurdles a challenge from Mazraoui. Now here come Leeds down the left-hand side with Goodmanson. Goodmanson, good ball in there, good header away by Yoro. It's going to be picked up by Justin, the edge of the box. Justin hits one, big deflection off of Yoro and behind for a corner kick to Leeds as we hit the 60-minute mark here at Old Trafford, just in the live Premier League football on this Monday night. It's Manchester United 0, Leeds United 2. And Lisandro Martinez has been sent off for Manchester United. Fourth corner of the night for Daniel Farke's men, who with a win will go 6 clear of the bottom 3. In comes Tanaka's delivery. Tanaka in it comes, up goes strike, bobbling around in there. Cunha volleys it away. Bogle nods it back up there. Good header away by Mazraoui. Back in from Goodmanson. Tanaka stayed. Oh, Tanaka, good ball just in front of Calvert-Lewin. And Shaw will keep that one in the left-hand side for United, and forward he comes. Luke Shaw, left-footed ball, good one to Sesko. But strike just is too strong for him, and now it's Tanaka in the centre circle. To Bogle, who's playing some short-range 1-2s there. Brendan Aronson, almost mocking 1-2s. It's a bit too early to be doing that, lads, but they're certainly feeling confident here at Old Trafford, and you wonder how that red card affects Michael Carrick tactically going into this last half hour or so here. Now, I'm sure he's looking to get some forwards on here, but also now with a defender down, he'll not want to be too exposed at the back. Leeds can pick them off. There's Bogle on the right hand side on halfway, faced up by Cunha. Tanaka, he's been brilliant all night. Noah Okafor will obviously get a lot of the plaudits, particularly if it stays like this, and rightly so for his double. But Ao Tanaka's had another brilliant night in midfield, the Japanese international. Here's Ethan Ampadu now on the left hand side on halfway. It's a 1-2 Goodmanson. Ampadu ends up on the ground, but Goodmanson's away here, and he's got support to his left here. Gabriel Goodmanson. Goodmanson into the box. Still going, Goodmanson. Still going, and he drives it across the face of goal there. Gabriel Goodmanson had options, but he picked that one up on halfway, and he sprinted away from both Mazraoui and Ugarte. And he had Calvert-Lewin and Bogle and Okafor in the middle of the M4, but he'll maybe say he was trying to get it across the middle, but in the end he just flashes the ball across the face of Senna Lamon's goal. He's going to take this goal kick now for Manchester United. 63 minutes gone, 10-man Manchester United 0, Leeds United 2. Darlow. Going strike. Oh, he's been fouled there by Diallo. Right in the corner. The Manchester United faithful out of their seats, not happy with that decision, but certainly looked like Amad Diallo had fouled Pascal Strike, although I think Strike will be happy with that one because Darlow gave him a bit of a difficult pass there, but yeah, Diallo's definitely fouled him right in front of the linesman. You're not going to get away with that one. I mentioned those subs for Leeds as well now. They've Lucas Perry, their cup quarter-final goalkeeper heroics, as Bruno Fernandes has now been shown a yellow card for his protest. I think he was warned earlier and mentioned by Paul Tierney, and this time he's gone too far, so he's booked. Perhaps not the greatest example to set as a captain, but there we are. The Leeds bench, Lucas Perry, and then outfield wise, the long ball looks for Cunha. Wood finds Cunha. Darlow, good save. Darlow had maybe misread that one slightly and left his near post open, but in the end he has to bat Cunha's effort away for a corner. Bit of a long ball there just down the middle. Cunha gives him between Strike and Justin, and his left-footed effort nearly catches out Carl Darlow, who nearly ends up in the back of the net after batting that one behind for a corner that Fernandes will now take. Right-footed in-swinger from the Portuguese international. Right hand in the air, here it comes. Fernandes, really deep one in there, headed back across goal. Euro's in there, flicks it goal bound, and Darlow plucks it out of the air and brings that bit of pinball in the penalty area to an end. And now he gets one going for Leeds right down the middle. It's Jadon Bogle who's going through the middle here. He's got a man coming across, he beats Mazraoui. Cunha, good defending, Matheus Cunha, superb. Jadon Bogle is so pacey, and he beat Noussair Mazraoui, but it was Matheus Cunha, of all people, getting back there and just some superb defending, getting himself between man and ball and allowing his keeper to come get it. Diallo now across the back post has glanced away by Pascal Strike. Gabriel Goodmanson will keep it in the left hand side now. Leeds can come forward. United maybe also, both United should I say, throwing caution to the wind here. Here's Brendan Aronson in the centre circle, out on the right for Bogle. 65 minutes gone, no sign of a sub for either side. That Leeds bench, eventually I'll get to it. You've got Lucas Perry, and then there's Sean Longstaff, Joel Pirou, Lucas Mecha, Sebastian Bornau, Sam Byram, Wilfred Nonto, Facundo Buonanotte, and Ilya Gruev rounding out that Leeds bench. So there's certainly options there for Daniel Farke. For Manchester United, around him again, it's Alte Bayindir, Diogo Dalot, Mason Mount, Joshua Zirkzee, Tyrell Malacia, Brian Mbeumo, Aidan Heaven, Tyler Fletcher, and Shay Lacey. 66 minutes gone, and things just settle down there as Darlow gets ball at feet on the edge of the penalty area. And here's Jakub Biol, who has kept his Slovenian international teammate Benjamin Sesko relatively quiet tonight, but Sesko has had what I would say is United's biggest chance of the night. Just 3 minutes after the break, one-on-one with Carl Darlow, who got enough on it to loop it up in the air, and then James Justin headed off the line. Calvert-Lewin with a foul there, and it's a free kick to United. Lamons will take. Now Fernandes on halfway for the Red Devils. Down the right touchline for Diallo. Fernandes looking for Sesko. Another strong challenge by Biol. And then Goodmanson with a challenge on Casemiro, no foul given. Now here's Okafor, and now it's 3-on-2 at the back here. Okafor, though, his pass just too short for Aronson, and Yoro comes across for it. Leeds have looked dangerous on the break at times, but that final ball has just let them down. And well, even though they're playing with a man up here, they'll be hoping that those wasted breakaways don't come back to haunt them. Here's Cunha, Casemiro, the two Brazilians combine. A challenge by Bogle will win a corner for Manchester United. 68 minutes gone, still 2-0 to the visitors here. And we are going to see a double sub here from Michael Carrick as both Diogo Dalot and Brian Mbeumo wait to enter, but they're going to wait until after this corner, I think. Bruno Fernandes, right arm in the air, ready to take it. He plays it to the edge of the box there for Cunha. Well read by Ampadu, but Cunha gets a shot in, and it glances off the head of Biol. And that's behind for another corner on the far side. So everyone can stay where they are apart from Bruno Fernandes, who goes to the far side to take this one. And again, I think that United double sub will wait. Fernandes will now take a right-footed out-swinging corner here. In fact, it's a left-footed in-swinger from Diallo. My apologies. He came over to take that one. It's come back out to Fernandes. Fernandes, deep ball in there, deep ball. Casemiro heads it across goal, and the deficit is halved. The 10 men of Manchester United, with just over 20 minutes to go, are right back in this one. It's Casemiro at the back post. A brilliant delivery from Bruno Fernandes. Casemiro peeling away and heads it back across goal into the far corner, and we have a game on our hands here now. 20 minutes to go. It's Manchester United 1, Leeds United 2. Is he onside? I think he is. Just about. They might have a look at this one, you know, but it's a brilliant header, it's a brilliant ball. Nobody picks up Casemiro at the back post, and that header right back across from where the ball came from. No chance for Carl Darlow, and Old Trafford erupts for the first time tonight. Can the 10 men do it? Here's the sub now as well. Could this be a big momentum swinger for United? It's Mbeumo and Dalot on. Haven't been able to see who they've replaced just yet. Leeds get us back underway. All of a sudden, their lead is cut in half. It's going to be Noussair Mazraoui and Amad Diallo off for Diogo Dalot and Brian Mbeumo. So pretty much two like-for-like subs there. Mazraoui struggled at times tonight. Diallo couldn't really get a foothold in the game. But Manchester United now have a foothold in this game. Michael Carrick, who has won all 6 games at home since taking over here in mid-January. Since he took over, they have won 7 points from losing positions. Only Crystal Palace can match that in that same time. But nice flick on though from Calvert-Lewin to Aronson. Aronson gets away from Casemiro. As he fouled there, but Ugarte knows his Paul Tierney. First touch for Mbeumo. Finds Fernandes. And now down the right-hand touchline goes Dalot. The two subs getting involved here. Diogo Dalot. Couple of step overs trying to beat Goodmanson. He cuts inside. Gets away from Tanaka and finds Fernandes. Digs out another one. Finds Casemiro again. Nod back across goal. Ampadu can't get to it. Overhead kick by Mbeumo. It's a bit messy. Fernandes back in there. Headed away in the end by James Justin, and then Brendan Aronson is brought down just outside his own penalty area to bring that to an end. So the 10 men of Manchester United are amping up the pressure here. They still trail by 2-1 here against Leeds. That first half double from Noah Okafor, but the deficit halved by a Casemiro header here with, well, now just under 20 minutes to go. That goal came with just over 20 minutes to go. Biol takes the free kick short to Pascal Struijk. Struijk with a heavy touch, but gets a pass away there to Okafor. Now Justin. Tanaka. Tanaka almost loses that one to Fernandes, but gets it away to Struijk, who sends it down the left wing for Calvert-Lewin. Well dealt with by Yoro, but it's a throw in to Leeds on the left-hand side, around 25 yards from goal. Even though they have the man advantage, I wouldn't imagine Visitors will be too much of a hurry to take this one. Indeed, Gabriel Goodmanson. And he's going to wait as Ao Tanaka is down, and he's getting his legs stretched by Ethan Ampadu, so we hope that's all it is for the Japanese international. Bruno Fernandes, I think, trying to convey to Paul Tierney. He's not quite convinced just how bad Ao Tanaka's cramp really is, but we are going to see a sub here as the Bulgarian international Ilya Gruev is waiting to come on, as is Wilfried Gnonto. So I'd imagine it may be Gruev for Tanaka, and we'll see who Gnonto, the Italian international, will replace. Gnonto not included in the most recent Italy squad, who failed once again at the World Cup playoff stages. Apologies to any of our Italian friends listening to bring that one up again, but Gnonto will not be at the World Cup this summer, so will be Gruev and Gnonto on here momentarily. We've got 73 minutes on the clock here at Old Trafford, listening to live Premier League football on a Monday evening with me, Mark Strange, as the two goal scorers, Okafor and Casemiro, chat. It's Manchester United 1, Leeds United 2. And indeed, it's Noah Okafor, who's not going to get a chance to get his hat-trick. He's hasn't really been as influential, nowhere near as influential, in fact, in this second half. He was going to be replaced here by Wilfried Gnonto, first of all, so that's it. And, well, the Manchester United players are not happy with how long these subs are taking. And indeed, the other sub is going to see Ao Tanaka removed for Ilya Gruev. So that is Okafor and Tanaka off, and Gnonto and Gruev on for Leeds here on 74 minutes. Tanaka is certainly struggling there. I think it is just cramp, hopefully for Leeds' sake it is, but what a wonderful player he has been for Daniel Farke's side this year. So we're now ready to get back underway. It's going to be a throw in the Leeds on the left-hand side, about 25 yards from goal. Goodmanson takes it short to Calvert-Lewin, gets it back. Goodmanson tries the back hit, good block. Then strike. First touch for Gnonto on the left-hand corner. He's challenged there by Fernandes, and one back by Fernandes, who hammers one forward for Stesko to chase, but Bio will beat him to it. Now it's Justin on halfway. Ampadu is clattered there by Ugarte. Play on though, as Aronson finds Bogle on the right-hand corner of the penalty area. Ampadu. Gruev back to Justin. Aronson. Justin again, the former Leicester City man. Leicester, who are, of course, if you're not familiar, are, well, very much teetering on the brink of back-to-back relegations into League One. Gruev now has the ball on the left on halfway, back inside to Ampadu. Now Gnonto. Diminutive forward that he is. Ampadu. Arrows went across there on the right hand side for Bogle. Great touch from him, faced up by Shaw, but he gets a good ball in. Bogle, good header away by Euro before Calvert-Lewin can get to it. Gruev beats him, boom, over the loose ball. Now it's Goodmanson on the left hand side in line with the edge 18-yard box. Gnonto. Goodmanson back to strike. Now Ampadu. With 35 yards to go, and he has another clattering there, but again his pass finds his target, so advantage play by Paul Tierney. Jaden Bogle to the byline, blocked by Luke Shaw. Didn't quite see if that one made out for a corner. I don't think it did. It's going to be a throw into Leeds. So once again though, Jaden Bogle in no rush. You imagine maybe Paul Tierney, if this continues, might start to consider a card. It's a little early for time wasting, but still 30 minutes to go. Now Ethan Ampadu is going to actually take the ball off Jaden Bogle, and I think he's trying to say to the linesman that's a tactical decision, because Ampadu is going to take a run up the slight incline on the sidelines here at Old Trafford to launch a long throw in the box. In it comes. It's a good one. Good header away by Ugarte, and Lamans gets to it before it bounces out for a corner. So Manchester United will go on the attack. He bowls it out there to Dallo. He's going to get forward over halfway here, the Portuguese international. Backheel and leaves it for his countryman Bruno Fernandes. Good challenge with strike on Sesko, and he goes back to Darlow. He sends that one long. Calvert-Lewin, nice knockdown for Gruev. Now he's going to send Nonto away down the left. Fernandez is back there with him. Wilfred Nonto now on the left-hand touchline. Has Goodmanson streaking forward. He doesn't choose to use him. Not initially anyway. And indeed he looks inside to find Aronson. American gets it back off of Nonto. Now Ampadu, midway inside. Manchester United half. Nonto goes back all the way to the centre circle for Biol. Now Justin. Bogle has Nonto ahead, but he cuts inside. Bogle. Still going Bogle. Will find Nonto on the right now. He cuts inside Casemiro. Still going Nonto. Nonto to the byline. Cuts it back. Well away by Yoro. With Aronson waiting. Justin will get to it. A heavy touch invites Cunha onto it. But he gets it away to Gruev. Now Aronson. Now Bogle. Right corner of the penalty area. Bogle in there for Calvert-Lewin. Free header. Oh, what a save by Lammens. That squeeze to the line. No. Oh, Dominic Calvert-Lewin with a free header. And he headed it right down into Lammens, who nearly had it squirm underneath him, but not enough. And that's another big chance wasted for Leeds. Will they come back to rue these here? And Bomo with a heavy touch at the far end as a throw into Leeds. Brilliant delivery there from Jayden Bogle. And Dominic Calvert-Lewin making the most of the extra space back there with Martinez sent off. He got up in between Yoro and Dalot. And he does almost everything right there, Calvert-Lewin. It was just a bit too close. Now Burmo's in behind the other end. Brandon Burmo, what a tackle! Jakob Biol was that. It was indeed. What a tackle. And I think he might even have won inside a goal kick here. A lovely clip over the top from Casemiro, and Jakob Biol with just a perfectly timed slide tackle there on the right hand corner of the 6-yard box to deny Brian and Burmo. And indeed it is a goal kick which Carl Darlow is in no hurry to take. But again, Paul Tierney not yet reaching for the card, but as we approach the final 10 minutes of normal time, he may well do. Darlow booms it high into the Salford night sky as Ugarte wins that header above Calvert-Lewin, but it comes back, and now Yoro away. Casemiro in the centre circle. Gets away to Fernandez, faced up by Ampadu, but he finds Dalot in a pocket of space. Now Dalot will power forward. Dalot to Mbeumo, right hand side, around 30 yards from goal. Casemiro overlapping, and it comes for Cunha. Takes it down the chest. Cunha for a narrow angle. Good strike, good save at his near post from Carl Darlow. I think Darlow would have been disappointed that he let that one past him, but it was a good, lovely touch on the chest from Cunha to work himself some space in the box, but from the narrow angle it was always going to be difficult. And here come Leeds. Nonto over halfway. That's out on the left for Calvert-Lewin, who has Gruev and Aronson in the middle, but he chooses to roll it back to Nonto. Gruev now to Goodmanson, left hand side in line with the 18-yard box. Goodmanson gets into the box. Yoro stretches to get to that one before Calvert-Lewin, and now Fernandez is robbed by Aronson. Now Gruev, Calvert-Lewin, Aronson the edge of the box. Good tackle by Bruno Fernandes to win that one back as we're now into the last 10 minutes of normal time. United cannot clear. Ampadu. Nonto now on the left. Nice flick there for Goodmanson to get on the end off. Goodmanson digs it across, but well away by Ugarte, but picked up by Ampadu, and now Nonto, left corner of the penalty area. Ampadu goes back to strike. 2 subs made each from each manager, I should say. For Manchester United, it's Dalot and Mbeumo brought on from Mazraoui and Diallo, and for Leeds, Nonto and Gruev on for Okafor and Tanaka. Now here's Ugarte, who seems to have really dropped deep into that almost like a sweeper centre half role alongside Yoro in the absence of Lisandro Martinez, who was sent off 10 minutes into the second half. We'll tell you why in a minute. United come forward. Cunha finds Sesko, but again his countryman Biol takes it off him. And now here come Leeds up over halfway with Aronson. Fernandez dangles a leg, which does slow his progress slightly, but now here's Gruev running onto it. Loads of room. Fernandez is tired. Gruev hits it. And a bit of a waste. He just spoons out over the bar, Ilya Gruev. It just seemed like everyone around him was running in slow motion there, Gruev. And everyone looking tired here late into this one. And Gruev just no composure at all and just spoons it over the bar. But Lisandro Martinez, I mentioned, 10 minutes into the second half, sent off after VAR review for what I believe was pulling the hair of Dominic Calvert-Lewin. He certainly loosened Calvert-Lewin's bun, but it met the threshold for violent conduct, according to Paul Tierney and his officials. Martinez didn't agree, neither did Michael Carrick, nor Johnny Evans, the Manchester United coach, who picked up a booking for his troubles. But since his red card, United have got themselves back in the game. Casemiro's header from Fernandez's delivery has cut into the 2-goal Leeds lead that they got from 2 first-half goals from Noah Okafor. They look for their first win at Old Trafford in 45 years. They have not won their last 18 trips here, sorry. That's a corner now over Manchester United. A strike and Mbeumo challenge. And Mbeumo tries to get the home crowd back into this one here. 7 minutes plus stoppage time remaining at Old Trafford. Bruno Fernandes rushes over to take this corner. It's going to be a right-footed in-swinger from the Red Devils captain. Right hand up in the air. It's a deep delivery into the back post. Up it goes. Ampadu and Shaw challenging, and the last touch comes off Shaw. It's going to be a goal kick. Manchester United were looking for another corner on the far side, but it wouldn't come. And now Carl Darlow will again try to push the limits of just how slow he can take a goal kick here, as we see Sean Longstaff getting himself ready for Leeds here. It's about 6 minutes to go, just as Daniel Farke tries to shore up that midfield. Fernandes wins the header. Ampadu as well. Flicked on. Euro away from Calvert-Lewin. And has an awkward one for Justin, who's running backwards with Sesko pressuring him, and he slices out of play for a throw-in on the left, midway inside his own half. Ugarte now for Manchester United. And it's Casemiro back to Fernandes, who's dropping deep, and there's another quarterback style pass from Fernandes. What a brilliant one, right onto sixpence. Great touch from Mbeumo on the right hand side, line with the 18-yard box, left footed ball in from Mbeumo. Sesko the header, what a save by Darlow. Rebound's going to drop for Shaw, blocked up in the air by Bogle, and behind for a corner. Big save from Carl Darlow to deny Benjamin Sesko for the second time in the second half. That time Sesko got up above Bio. The two Slovenians have been having a real battle royal all night long, which has quite often been won by the Leeds defender, but not on that occasion. Sesko's header saved by Darlow, and the rebound deflected over. Fernandes, corner is deep, and header is off the line by Calvert-Lewin. It's still in there. Euro, Ugarte is blocked again off the line by Calvert-Lewin, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin with probably his biggest intervention of his career at Leeds up to this point. Now it's got Messi, and Leeds are trying to break away. Nonto wants it down the middle from Goodmanson. He's still going, Gabriel Goodmanson. United are at 6 and 7s now. He finds Nonto, left corner of the penalty area. Calvert-Lewin's go forward. Will Nonto use him? He cuts into his right foot here. Wilfred Nonto. And he can't find him. And he overhit the pass, Wilfred Nonto. And that comes to nothing for Leeds. But what a massive moment that was at the other end from Dominic Calvert-Lewin. 2 clearances off the line from the big England international striker. And what a moment that could be, not just in this game, but in Leeds United's season. He was signed to score goals. He has scored the goals, certainly early in the season. But that is a massive defensive shift there from Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Goodness me. And that sub has been made now. Sean Longstaff is on for Brendan Aronson with 4 minutes to go. Shaw. Back to Ugarte. It was his second effort, Luke Shaw, that was cleared off the line. Fernandes dropping deep again. Long ball forward over the head of Strike. But it's hooked away by Goodmanson. Nonto. The Strike, and now Nonto's got space here on the left. He's up over halfway. Longstaff is ahead of him, but Nonto will slow it down. Now he looks for Calvert-Lewin, left corner of the penalty area. Ugarte comes across, does make the interception, but he slips. So in the end, it's going to be a Leeds throw-in right in the corner on the left-hand side. I'm sure they'll be okay with that. The first one was Casemiro's header, off the line by Calvert-Lewin. And there's the rebound fell for Luke Shaw. There he was again, off the line. Sorry, it was Manuel Ugarte. I thought it was 23 in the back. It was 25. Casemiro's first header and Ugarte's rebound off the line by Calvert-Lewin. Did he keep that one in? I'm not sure he did. Play on though. Goodmanson to the byline. Goodmanson can cut it back, looking for Longstaff. It's cleared away to the edge of the box here. It's hit from Ampadu. Blocked again, this time by Cunha. Shaw will try and get to it before Justin, and he did, but it's going to be a throw in the Leeds on the right hand side, just inside the Manchester United half. And this game, as we are approaching now the final 2 minutes of normal time plus stoppage time, really has opened up. You could have been forgiven for thinking that 2-0 down and down to 10 men 10 minutes into the second half, this game would have gone the other way, but not so. Manchester United have really pushed this one. Ball into the middle from Bogle, looking for Nonto. Cleared away. Now Bogle on the right hand side again. Looks for Calvert-Lewin. Well read by Shaw. A lot of tired bodies out there. Bogle. Ugarte snaps into that challenge, and Bogle has ended up on the ground. He is off the pitch, and it's going to be a throw in the Leeds anyway. I think Jayden Bogle should realise that referees certainly don't have to stop the play if you're down on the edge of the pitch, but it's in fact going to be a free kick for that challenge by Ugarte. I thought it was only a throw in, but free kick it is. And the new man Sean Longstaff stands over it along with Jayden Bogle. Leeds not in any great rush to get this in the middle. Longstaff taps it short to Bogle. Back to Longstaff. And now Justin. Strike back on halfway in the centre circle. Now Nonto on the left hand side, midway inside the Manchester United half. Beale. Ampadu back to Darlow. He's made a couple of big saves tonight. Bogle wins that one over Shaw. Throw in on the halfway line on the left. He's taken by Shaw. Michael Carrick makes sure he gets the ball quickly. Fernandez hooks it forward, but now it's cleared away, and Calvert-Lewin has it on halfway. And Ampadu. The Leeds try and push the envelope here and get a goal that will seal it, or they not want the risk. Nonto has slowed it right down to a walk and a stop there. He invites Dallow on before giving it to Longstaff. Now Gruev. Back to strike, just inside his own half. We'll see here any second now what sort of added time we'll have at the end of this one here. Nonto robbed by Dallow, and now here come United down the right hand touchline. That's the worry if you try and play it a bit too safely. Sesko to Fernandez, midway inside the Leeds half. Fernandez clips one forward for Shaw. Shaw left hand side, the penalty. Great block there. Both Bogle and Justin slid in. I think it was Jayden Bogle who got the decisive touch. It's a corner kick to Manchester United as we tick over the 90-minute mark. What sort of added time are we going to have here? Can the Stretford end suck this one into the net? 7 added minutes. Goodness me. That's going to be a long 7 minutes for Daniel Farke and those travelling Leeds fans. They're going to have to defend this corner first. It's a right-footed in-swinger from Fernandez. It's another deep one again. It's away by Bogle. Dallow in the edge of the box hits one on the volley, and it's never staying down. And there's 30 seconds of the 7 minutes killed for Leeds. They'll certainly try to run this clock down. I think Carl Darlow might take his chances at a yellow card here now in the stoppage time. He's avoided one, having really taken his time over goal kicks ever since United scored their goal. Daniel Farke stands on the sideline, eyes closed, looking down at the ground. As I say, not enjoying his these 7 minutes, but boy, have his side been good. But can they hold on against the 10 men? A foul there by Longstaff on Ugarte in the Manchester United half. It's launched long by Fernandez. No foul given there as Goodmanson tried to draw one off Casemiro. It's in Burmo, right corner of the penalty area. Good block by Strike. And Nonto gets there before Burmo, and that's going to be a free kick to Leeds. So another good bit of defending there from Leeds United. This time it's Wilfred Nonto, fouled by Brian and Burmo. Now it's going to be a free kick on the left corner of their own penalty area, which I'd imagine Carl Darlow will trot out the take here. Indeed he will, the Welsh international goalkeeper. As it stands, this result would take Leeds 6 points clear of the bottom three. They would remain in 15th place. They'd now be 3 points ahead of Nottingham Forest in 16th, 4 ahead of West Ham in 17th, and crucially 6 ahead of Tottenham Hotspur, who are in 18th. And I already brought up a painful topic for Italian fans earlier, and I don't mean to do it for Tottenham fans, but it's starting to get a little bit hairy in N17. And as I mentioned earlier, when Leeds went 2-0 up, they will not be liking this scoreline one bit. Goodmanson's not over yet. Hooked away by Yoro. Goodmanson gets a foot in to stop Mbeumo getting to it. Now Ampadu back to strike on halfway. Now Bio. Bogle. He's been excellent this evening, Jayden Bogle. Longstaff. Nonto. Back to Bogle. Bogle. Now Justin goes back to Darlow. Ooh, not a great one from Carl Darlow. Will it stay in? It does. Justin does manage to nod it a bit further down the line, so throw in will be inside the Manchester United half at least. But that wasn't a great clearance by Carl Darlow. Ugarte gets to it. Yoro under pressure from Calvert-Lewin, who, as I mentioned, he signed for his goals, but goodness me, that double goal line clearance that could be worth 2 points in itself. Free kick taken as Calvert-Lewin caught Yoro late. Yoro now on halfway for Manchester United. We're pretty much at the halfway mark of the 7 minutes added on here. Dallo doing Mbeumo down the right hand side. Yoro has got himself forward. Everybody committed forward for United. And Mbeumo on the left corner of the penalty area finds Shaw. One touch pass down for Casemiro under pressure from Longstaff. Now Ampadu, great touch in there ahead of Cunha, who wants a free kick. Not coming from Paul Tierney, and Cunha is apoplectic with rage there. But he's helped back to his sweet best countryman Casemiro. Cunha, who's already on a booking for a first half dive, but Paul Tierney correctly caught. Yoro now to Ugarte. Fernandez gets it back off Cunha. Ugarte now, left hand side, midway inside the Leeds half. Leeds pressing high here. Fernandez to Yoro. Under pressure from Gruev, but will find Dallo. He's still pressing high again. Dallo twisting and turning, trying to get away from Gruev, and does. Finds Mbeumo on the right, though. Still midway inside the Leeds half. Yoro, who's got forward as an attacker. A good delivery from Yoro. Finds Casemiro at the back post. Not a back across. Darlow backpedaling, and it comes off strike for a corner. An awkward one. That was similar to the way Casemiro scored his goal. But that one he just nodded back across goal. And an offside flag. Oh, well. There's going to be no corner kick, and that's a big one. And it's a correct call from the linesman. There's a deep ball from Lenny Yoro. Casemiro nodded it back across goal. Darlow was backpedaling, and the end it came off strike shins for what would have been a corner, but ultimately Casemiro is offside. So Darlow will just clean the studs here before he sends this one long. The Leeds United fans off in the corner at the other end. Well, they've been dreamland if they come away with a win here. They haven't done it in 45 years. They're certainly on the verge of an unbeaten double-header with Manchester United in the league the first time since 94-95. Here's Nonto into the corner with Dallo and Yoro. Who's going to go off better here? Nonto goes to ground on a challenge from Dallo. No free kick. He's fuming, but it's a goal kick to Manchester United. A minute, maybe, and a few seconds more of added time. Risky from Fernandez under pressure from Gruev in his own box, but he'll send that one long. Good header one there by Casemiro above strike, and Sesko another one, and Mbeumo out there with Goodmanson on the right hand court touchline. Is there to be late drama here at Old Trafford? It has been an absolute humdinger of a second half here. Fernandez in, header away by Gruev on the edge of his own box. Calvert-Lewin and Ugarte challenge. That's a free kick to Manchester United. A bit of a harsh one, but Ugarte has certainly bought one there. Midway inside the Leeds half, fairly central. Yeah, well, Calvert-Lewin certainly backed into Ugarte, knew what he was doing. We're about 40 yards from goal central here. Bruno Fernandes, hands on the hips. White shirts and red shirts line up along the edge of the box. Now here comes a grey and yellow shirt as Senna Lamans gets forward here. One last roll of the dice from Michael Carrick's side. Fernandez clips it in there. Out comes Darlow to punch, and he does get to it. Darlow gets to it before Longstaff. Back again for Fernandez. Seconds to go. Manchester United is getting last orders and last chance saloon here. Away by Ampadu. Longstaff hammers into the air, and they've done it. Daniel Farke sinks to his knees on the sideline. What a massive, massive victory for Leeds United at Old Trafford. They have won here for the first time in 45 years. They burst Michael Carrick's unbeaten home winning record, and a massive, massive 3 points towards their Premier League survival. They are now 6 points clear of the bottom three. Noah Okafor with a first half double, and despite Lisandro Martinez's controversial red card 10 minutes into the second half, they had to weather an almighty storm from Manchester United. They got a goal back from Casemiro, and then they threw the kitchen sink and all the utensils at Leeds United, but they have held out in the end here at Old Trafford for a huge victory, a victory that could have implications for Manchester United. They are still very much in control of their own destiny for the Champions League qualification, but with two of their next three games coming up against rivals, the Champions League spots, this was one they really could have done with winning to consolidate that third place. However, Michael Carrick tastes defeat at home at Old Trafford for the first time as Manchester United manager. It's finished here at Old Trafford. Manchester United 1, Leeds United 2. I've been Mark Strange. Thanks for joining me here this evening